Hello and welcome to the assessment of professional practice. This demonstration will show how a student commences and creates her practice experience. So the first area she has to fill in is her placement, and for the purpose of this demonstration it will be known as high risk. Next, she needs to complete the name of the trust. And finally, the dates. Then we need to search for her primary mentor. So we click on search and we will look for her mentor, which is a driver. And there she is. And we need to submit that name. And we will go for Pauline Driver. Then we need to search for a buddy mentor or practice educator, and for the purpose of this demonstration it will be a practice educator. So we click search and the name Bisson, and we'll be selecting that. But the telephone number of the placement area, we need to save that. That has now set up her practice assessment allocation. When she first meets with her mentor, she actually needs to put in about her professional development, and this is created by the student. This offers her areas to look at her strengths, her weaknesses, her concerns and her expectations from this particular placement. So from a strengths perfection she may say something like, I have confidence in caring for low risk women and babies. Weaknesses, I realise I need to develop my communication skills. Concerns, caring for high risk clients. And expectations can be something, I expect this placement to be challenging. And then that is again saved. So she meets with her mentor. The mentor has the ability to see what the student has written regarding her professional development. And when they first meet, they need to carry out their initial interview. So again, the student needs to create her component of the initial interview. So we hit the Create button, and then she will put in her learning needs and an action plan. So add new. So learning needs. I need to develop my communication skills, as an example. Action plan would be to gain more experience when supporting clients, and it's very simple. If you make a mistake, just to go back in and correct it. So she wants to gain more experience, and I've missed an E there, when supporting clients and their families by interacting when appropriate. Again, save. And then we can add another one, and we can add as many learning needs as this student requires, and the student can keep adding and adding. So we'll do one more learning need to experience high risk labour ward and action plan to work with my mentor in caring for clients in labour. And we will save that. There is the opportunity to edit for the student, but for the moment that's all she wants to do. Having created her learning needs and her action plans, she now needs to submit these to her mentor so her mentor can review them and use them when she and the student sits down together to work out their initial interview. When the mentor enters the screen, she will see comments for mentors, and so the comment, please can you look at my learning needs and my proposed action plans. Thank you. And then again, she will submit this to the mentor. The screen that's visible now is the mentor interface with the eaopp, and she's able to review all of the students that she's mentoring at this time. So she can see that Elizabeth Morgan, who is our demonstration student, her current practice is open, and she now will click on Practice Experience 3, and this will take her into a viewing tone, so she knows that the student has completed her practice details, and she now knows that the student has created her professional development. She now needs to go in and view these. Having clicked on the button, this gives the mentor the opportunity to review the student's strengths, weaknesses, concerns and expectations and use them as a platform for the initial interview. We now need to close this window down and go back to the original vision. So the student and the mentor are now sitting together and they're going to commence their initial interview. So here again, the student's learning needs and action plans are revealed to both the mentor and the student. The mentor has the option here to actually use the edit button to offer guidance, support to the student, or actually to add some more information or guidance for the student. She then has the available to approve and lock these learning needs if nothing needs to be written, and for the purpose of this demonstration we're actually going to approve and lock them into the system. This box here allows the mentor to make a comment, so I will write thank you for this information and I approve, and then the final approve and lock. Having completed the initial review, it's important that the mentor and the student then set a date for the midpoint or interim review, and there is a calendar facility here that enables that to be done, and that is normally in the middle of the placement. So for demonstration purposes we're going to say the 25th of February. And then that's saved. The next process is to go through the checklist for the induction of the particular placement area that the student is, and in order to undertake this you need to click on the student's name, and then you need to click on the induction program. So you will click on edit, and this becomes an area for discussion with the student, and then when that issue has been discussed and understood, the matter is ticked off. So the student has been orientated to the area, the student has professional conduct and experience, she has her ID badge, and it becomes a discussion and tick exercise. Having completed the discussions with the student and having ticked everything off, mentor now needs to save this. The mentor then sets it as complete. So this now shows that the personal issues have been covered, introduction to staff, orientation to area, and there's a full history from placement 1 and 2. So we can ensure that the student has had consistency. This ends the first part of the demonstration, which shows how a placement is set up.